Jupiter conjunct Saturn hasn't happened for 800 years. Quoth the raven, conjunct means sharing the same degree in the sky. And for it to happen on winter solstice is even more unusual. Hi, I'm at work actually, and I just was inspired to just do this quick video that I'm going to upload soon because it's exactly the time. Let me tell you a little bit about where we are. This place used to be a field. Now it's winter now, so you can't see just how much growth there is everywhere, but this is only, what, 30 years old at the most. I think it's even less than that. No, about 30 years, this place. Every tree has been grown here, and that's another coincidental story that I will come on to at another time. Just show you, it's day after winter solstice now, and that you can see the daphne in bud. Beautiful winter scent. I would say it's kind of, it's almost orgasmic. But what happened recently is quite interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. I know I show you these every year, but here we are. Look at that. And the smell. Oh. In fact, they're seeding all over the place. There's another one about to come out there, which is great. But yeah, what happened was a number of things. I'm going to talk astrology because people don't believe it. So here it is in action. I mean, they don't believe it because they've been programmed to not believe it by the authorities or the powers that be, to not believe it because, if you know something works and no secrets, you don't want everyone knowing it, do you? Best to pretend it doesn't exist. Here's another one about to come out. So, and here's another one that's not out yet, but if you look back in some of my older videos, you'll find it. Daphne. Look for Daphne somewhere and you'll find it. And it's not a sitcom from America. Now, it's been solstice, winter solstice, which is the low time. The low time everywhere. Although I do believe that's changed in recent years. This space used to have ash trees in, and they've all got the disease, so we cut them out. It's sad. But basically, Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct in Aquarius. Now, for many people, this signifies the real start of the age of Aquarius. And could be quite true. I'm not going to dispute that. So if we talk in terms of astrology, excuse my sniffing, it is winter, then Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth and openness and freedom, as well as things like laughter and fun, is being squashed by Saturn. Basically, if you view Saturn a bit like Eeyore, but without being so profound. No, obviously Saturn does have its depths in the right place. So here we have a wet blanket being put on everyone's growth, expansion and freedom. Very interesting, don't you think, in when you look at what's happening in the world at the moment. Now, the other thing that coincides with this is that we've suddenly had restrictions, various laws that affect social media in terms and things that are stopping people's freedom, as well as lockdown and other things. So that's quite interesting that they came into force exactly on that day. Exactly, not a, you know, not a difference, exactly as that happened. Now, often with Saturn, the effects don't get felt for a while, often until the influence has passed. So we may find that it gets worse. Now, the other, or another thing, is that I've forgotten. Well, another thing about the age of Aquarius is that one of the things about it is age of technology and devices, and it's very interesting and links into other things that I've been saying, you know. And I'm a bit reticent because of the censorship that's going on about saying various things, but there are ways to make humans artificially intelligent, and it's happening. It's going on right now. People are willingly doing it. You know, various devices being put in your homes for your own good, and the government ultimately having control over access to these devices, or access to the internet and Wi-Fi and various other things. They can just suddenly stop it if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, or what they want you to be doing. And it's sad. So I don't know the answers, you know. But when you believe that death isn't the end, then you're just a soul in a body in this life. Doesn't really make a lot of difference to you, does it? These I planted all these box. It's kind of to cover up some views that we don't particularly want. And here, some hellebores about to come into flower. And our Scots pines. But I just thought I'd share that with you, the coincidental nature, for anyone who doesn't think that the powers that be don't use astrology. Well, okay, so you could say, well, they're not using it, are they? It just happens to be coinciding with that happening in the sky. Yeah, okay, maybe. But then they had to plan it all. It had to all be implemented, and has been over the past, well, obviously it's been stepped up over this year. So, you know, but well, I just thought I'd share that anyway. I like to stimulate people's minds and make them look at things in a different way, because I reached a point where I realised I'd have to just forget everything that I knew, or pretty much everything that I knew, or everything that I was told in this life to be true. Let's put it that way. because everything I knew from other lives is still with me. I still know all of that stuff. And you can see it in children. They can know things that there is no possible way that they could know. For example, my daughter, when she was very small, probably about 5, maybe younger than that actually, she might have only been 3. She could recognise a Scots pine tree in the distance, because I was quizzed getting her to point trees out to me, and I hadn't taught her. I just thought it'd be interesting to see what she would say. And so I thought, oh, there aren't any Scots pines. So I said, point to a Scots pine. So she looked round, and then she sort of looked in the distance and pointed over the distance, and there was one. That made the jaw drop. Hey, thanks for watching. See you next time. Ta-da.